This was definitely one of those out-of-the-ordinary experiences. Honestly, when I think back on it, I can't help but laugh and at the same time feel a little sad. So I lived with this girl. We shared an apartment. She was one of those people who was always convinced she was too fat and constantly felt sorry for herself over it. Diets, endless workouts, none of it made a difference to me. I loved everything about her. She had this amazing sense of humor, was super well-read, and incredibly smart. We were on the same wavelength, always had something to talk about, something to discuss. It was so easy and effortless being with her. She could read my mind after just a few words. When it came to picking a movie, we never had any issues. Our tastes were completely in sync. Honestly, she felt like a dream come true, a woman I could actually see myself building a future with. I even occasionally thought about making it official. She was a bit of a wild spirit too, always coming up with crazy ideas and having this fiery imagination. That's why I nicknamed her Fireworks Girl. It was always exciting and fun with her, until one particular moment that changed everything. I usually park my car in the underground garage behind our building after work. I'd leave it there and pick it up in the morning. It's rare to bump into any of the neighbors there, though we all know each other. We just tend to leave at different times. Anyway, my car was in the shop for about 3 weeks. One day, I get a call around lunchtime asking me to come pick it up. So I leave work early, head to the garage, grab the car, and drive it back to the parking lot. As soon as I get out of the car, I run into one of the neighbors from our building. "Oh, Ezra, you're still living here," he says, genuinely surprised and happy to see me. "Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be?" I reply, giving him a smile. "Well, I thought you and the girl broke up, and you moved out." No. The car was in the shop, if that's what you're asking," I chuckled. "I just haven't seen you lately, but you've had a man visit you quite often. I thought maybe she had a new boyfriend." At that moment, I became really curious, and I asked the neighbor about the details. He could only describe the guy's appearance and mentioned that he would come in during the day. I thanked him and wandered home, lost in my thoughts. So it turned out that she brought some guy to our apartment just before I got back from work. What an audacity to do this in our house, in our bed, even during dinner. I stared at Mia for a long time, not knowing how to start a conversation. She finished eating, stood in front of the mirror, and began to spin. "Do you think it's noticeable that I've lost weight?" she asked. Honestly, I wasn't thinking about her weight at all, so I just nodded absent-mindedly. Then, without warning, I just blurted it out. "How long have you been cheating on me?" She looked shocked and sank onto the sofa. "Who told you?" "So, you're not even denying it?" I scoffed. "Well, it doesn't matter, since I already know everything." To my surprise, she looked at me with wide, almost innocent eyes, and smiled. "Well, I did it for you," she said, leaving me completely stunned. "Let me explain." David quickly continued. "I've been reading a lot of articles and blogs, looking for ways to lose weight faster, more efficiently. And I found something." She paused, clearly excited. "Turns out, adrenaline and stress actually work wonders for weight loss. I came across reviews from girls who'd tried it, and it worked for them. So I thought, why not? I kept doing it, always on edge, thinking you might come home early or find out. It made sense now why the neighbor thought what he did. But I had come home a bit late that day, so the guy must have been there helping her with her weight loss." "Do you realize this is cheating?" I asked, my voice colder now. "I won't forgive this. I liked everything about you, and I never asked you to change anything. But now I can't even look at you the same way, knowing what you've done. And it wasn't just once." Mia had a confused, almost innocent expression on her face, as if she couldn't fully grasp the gravity of the situation. "Are you leaving me? I did it for you." "Yeah, well, that's just nonsense," I said, feeling a finality I didn't expect. That was the end of the pointless conversation. I couldn't go on with it. That night, I packed her things and sent her back to her parents. I didn't tell them anything after all. I still had a shred of humanity in me. She could tell them herself if she wanted to. Let her be the one to make me look bad. Honestly, I didn't care anymore. Before this incident and after, there were no more situations like this in my life.